All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Multiplex Movie Melee. Got ourselves a singles match here today. Another singles match. Feels like we've been doing a lot of those, ton of singles matches. But this time we got Dylan Vanthuyne going up against James Puckett. Uh, James, is yeah, he hasn't played a ton here, but solid record, 1-1. 500. But I think you gotta imagine itching to get back in there. And then we got Dylan, uh, former champion after cashing in off of the last one standing win and winning the damn thing. I mean, they had and honestly had a hell of a season last year, and think he just kind of wants to pick up off of that. So let's go ahead and bring in our first competitor here, Mr. James Puckett. James, how you doing today?
Doing well, doing well. I am itching to get back into it. I don't know if that's my seasonal eczema or just my competitive nature, but I am down.
Alrighty. Well then, as we go ahead and bring in your competitor. It's good old Dylan Vanthuyne here with his manager, Mr. Scott Harvey. Guys, how are you feeling about today?
Dylan?
Feel pretty good. Definitely. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of pressure to try to follow up last season, but also not really because I won a belt. I did what I didn't think I'd ever do. So everything from here on out is just icing on the cake. I feel like so should be good.
But you did win that belt, which means you can do it again. And not only did you win it, you were very, very close in that match against Boatman. So you're capable of beating anyone in this league. And I think again, there's no reason that you can't start this season as strongly as you started last season. So I'm looking forward to today's match and managing Dylan as always.
All right, sounds good. Take out Scott, me around here, and we might as well just get started with the match and good old round number one. It's going to work like pretty much every round number one you guys have ever done. You're going to get 8 questions, 8 general movie categories. You're going to get 15 seconds to write the answer down on your whiteboard. At the end of that time, we'll ask that you show and verbalize your answer. You'll get a point for every correct answer. And if you get all 8 correct, you will receive a bonus question, also worth a point. You also get 3 repeats and a challenge to be used throughout the match at your disposal. Anything else before we get started?
Nope.
Sounds good. Hit you with your first question in the category recent releases. John Corbett, Andrea Martin, and Lainey Kazan have supporting roles in what 2023 sequel? Those are certainly some names. And as I've mentioned in the last match, also people that have been in a movie. You cannot stress that enough. They have to have been in a movie, I don't know how the hell should we ask it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recycle banter. Pens down. Let's go to Dylan.
I don't recognize much of those names. Is it My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3?
James.
That's what I put as well. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 is correct. Striking 1-1. Going to your next question in the category of musicals. The songs Grow For Me, Dentist, and Suddenly Seymour are from what 1980s musical? Musicals. I get to talk about musicals. My favorite thing to do on any movie show I've ever been on, because everybody knows how much I'm just the singing and dancing guy. That's all I got now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to James.
Little Shop of Horrors.
And Dylan.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors is correct. Staying tied 2-2. Going into your third question in the category of sci-fi fantasy. In the Arnold Schwarzenegger film The Sixth Day, the 6-day laws exist to regulate what type of technology? Laws against technology. We got laws here. It's in a rule book. Good God. Man, I'm just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good thing people aren't paying for this. Pens down. Let's go to Dylan.
No idea. Telephones.
James.
Virtual reality.
Both are incorrect. We're looking for cloning.
Yeah.
We're looking for cloning on that.
Wait, can I hear the wording of that question again?
In the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, The Sixth Day laws exist to regulate what type of technology?
Can you bring in Scott?
Certainly.
What are you thinking?
Is cloning really a type of technology? Like,
Yeah, I think it probably would be
I
found.
guess like
to
that's
be-
the all right.
It's all science, you know. I
Yeah.
think that's probably a little too finicky, so I wouldn't burn it here.
Okay.
Got it. With that, we'll be moving on. Your next question comes in the category of horror. The horror musical Anna and the Apocalypse features what type of monsters? Oh, great. 2 musical questions. Great. I get to talk more about the singing and the dancing. I can start tap dancing on my table. That would take too long, though, so we might as well just move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. All right. James. No, wait. Dylan. Let's go, Dylan. I did you first. Dylan.
2 horror musicals, zombies.
Yeah. James.
Zombies.
Zombies is correct. Staying tied up 3-3. Going to your next question in the category of classics. From Here to Eternity is about soldiers stationed in what U.S. state? Sure. Sure, everybody here who doesn't live in the United States loves hearing about, asking about what U.S. state. Sure, you memorize all 50 by now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Yeah, I should have actually started with Dylan that last time, so we'll just start with Dylan again.
Okay. Hawaii.
And James.
Hawaii.
Hawaii is correct. 4-4. Going to your next question in the category of action adventure. Who plays FBI agent Anthony Hubbard in the 1998 film The Siege? Man, I don't know if you ladies and gentlemen in the audience can tell. I don't have a lot. I just don't have a lot to talk about. Not that interesting. I'm hoping that the stuff on the screen kind of does that for me, and I can just kind of count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Anthony.
We're gonna be waiting.
Anthony. James. Why did I say Anthony? James. What the hell you got?
Denzel Washington.
Okay, and Dylan.
I have no idea. I put Kurt Russell.
Denzel Washington is correct. James taking the first lead of the game. Going into your penultimate question in the category of actors and actresses. Who appears in the following films? Hudsucker Proxy, The Congo, and Sky High.
I didn't hear that second one. If it has to be a repeat, that's fine. I'm sorry.
I'll just give you a technical. Who
Okay.
appears in the following films? Hudsucker Proxy, The Congo, and Sky High. I don't know why I get stuck here. It's just I just get stuck here in my own head, and it just gives dead air. I'm very sorry to ladies and gentlemen. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Dylan.
Bruce Campbell.
And James.
Kelly Preston.
Bruce Campbell is correct. So with that, Dylan ties it up once again, 5-5. Going to your final question in the category round number 1, which come in romantic comedies.
I actually have a challenge. Can I challenge or?
I didn't read the question, so yes,
Yeah,
go
that's
ahead.
No. For the last one, I'm sorry.
For this, I get it. Yeah, what do you got?
You put the Congo, and the movie is called Congo. That's why I was confused.
Be right back after this challenge. All right, we're back after that challenge. James was right. The title, as it was read in the question, is wrong. It is just called Congo. So, because question was a little bit misleading, we're just going to give our competitors a new question. James will retain this challenge for the rest of the match, and your new penultimate question will come in the category of mystery thriller. Johnny Depp stars in what 90s thriller directed by John Bedham that mostly takes place in real time? Oof. Right. Just another thing where I just sit here, just talk to people, do I do best? Well, it's not really yet, but it was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Yeah, Dylan.
No.
James.
Is it Nick of Time?
Nick of Time is the correct answer. Go into your final question in the category. Final question, round number 1, category romantic comedies. Kevin Bacon plays David Lindhagen in what romantic comedy? Here I'm beginning. Not sure what to say. Thankfully, I get dragged out of this because of time. It's the last round, 1 question. That's all we can do. I mean, good Lord, I am just awful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to James.
I had 2 guesses. I don't know if either of them are right. So one of them is she's having a baby.
Okay, Dylan.
I don't know. Footloose.
Both are incorrect. We're looking for Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, okay.
And with that, I got James in the lead with 6, Dylan with 4, going into round number 2, which is our wheel round, in which both of our competitors will get a chance to spin our wheel. They like what they spin on the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can elect to spin again, but they must answer from whatever they land on the second time. You have 5 questions in whatever category you land on, worth 2 points apiece, or you check down to multiple choice for 1 point apiece. There is stealing, so watch your ass on that. The categories that can be spun today are directed by Jim Jarmusch and directors selected by Dylan, and 90s comedies and 1990s selected by James, as well as the 1980s, 2000s, 1970s, and sports, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. James, you are ahead. So what would you like to do? Spin first or defer?
I'll go first.
Go first. All right. In that case, this will be your first spin. And it will land on the category of the 1990s. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I'll keep it, please.
You got it. All righty. Then I will ask you your questions in the 1990s, because who the hell else will? Your first question. An Army intelligence officer and a nuclear scientist team up to stop a Bosnian terrorist from setting off a nuclear bomb in New York in what 1990s thriller?
I'm going to try this. The Peacemaker?
That is correct for 2 points. Next question. In Rounders, Matt Damon's character dreams of winning the World Series of Poker, but he is currently in school studying to be what?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, a doctor, B, an engineer, C, an architect, or D, a lawyer.
A lawyer, D?
That is correct for 1 point. Your next question. In Bodyguard, Kevin Costner plays a professional bodyguard who used to work for what government agency?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, DEA, B, FBI, C, Secret Service, or D, CIA.
Secret Service.
That's correct for 1 point. Penultimate question. Christopher Plummer, David Morse, and Frank Gorshin have supporting roles in what 1990s sci-fi film?
Multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice options are A, The Fifth Element, B, 12 Monkeys, C, Gattaca, or D, Existence.
If I ask for a repeat of the question, does that count?
That would be your second repeat, yeah.
I'll do.
That'd be
I'll
your
say
first
12
repeat.
monkeys. Final answer.
Okay, that is correct for 1 point. All right, going to your final question in the category. In the 1998 version of Psycho, who plays Marion Crane's boyfriend, Sam Loomis?
Viggo Mortensen.
That is correct for 2 more points.
Nice.
Thank you, man.
With that, James gets a score up to 13, and I will bring back the wheel and Scott in the room for Dylan's first spin. And you land on directors. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
Let's keep it. All right.
Yeah. I'm down 9 points, right?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'll take it.
Try to tie it up.
Alrighty. Well, that was very quick and concise. All right, Dylan, your questions and directors. Who directed the 50s films The Desperate Hours and The Big Country?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, Elia Kazan, B, Fritz Lang, C, William Wyler, or D, John Huston.
Can I get a repeat of those options, please?
Options again: A, Elia Kazan, B, Fritz Lang, C, William Wyler, or D, John Huston. Five, four, three.
William Wyler.
That is correct for 1 point.
Okay.
Next question. Who directed Carly Sue?
Fuck, that sounds familiar.
5, 4.
Multiple choice.
Choice options are A, John Hughes, B, Frank Oz, C, Chris Columbus, or D, Howard Deutsch.
Sorry, did you say John Hughes for the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
Five, 4.
Yeah, I'll use the full repeat.
All right, that's your first repeat. Your question again. Who directed Curly Sue? And your multiple choice options are A, John Hughes, B, Frank Oz, C, Chris Columbus, or D, Howard Deutsch.
Um,
5, 4.
John Hughes.
That is correct for 1 point.
Okay.
All right. And then your next question. Who directed Small Soldiers?
Joe Dante.
That's correct for 2 points. Penultimate question. Who directed the 1977 horror film Martin?
George A. Romero.
That is correct for another 2 points. And your final question in the category. How many times has Paul Feig collaborated with Melissa McCarthy? A tad bit of extra time for this one. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
3.
That is incorrect. Going over to James for the 2 point steal.
4.
4 is correct for 2 points.
What were the films? Sorry.
The Heat, Ghostbusters, Bridesmaids,
Ghostbusters.
and Spy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Sorry, I had him in my head.
Well, okay. With that, I got James getting a score up to 15. Dylan is at 10. We'll move on to round number 3, which is our pick your poison round, our new pick your poison round, in which our competitors before the match have drafted from our general categories of what they like to answer, of categories they like to answer from today, and now they will draft those categories again to answer up to 4 questions worth 1, 2, 3, and 4 points. Once a category is selected, their opponent cannot answer from that category. And the categories that they can select from today are the 1990s, 1970s, 2000s, recent releases, actors and actresses, horror, sci-fi fantasy, and directors. Gonna have our competitors pick from those categories right now, and then hopefully we come back to All right, I'm back to start round number 3. Our competitors have picked their categories. We're going to start with the person who is behind, and we'll go until we are either out of questions or until one player has been mathematically eliminated. All right, Dylan, that means we're starting with you. You were behind, so what would you like to take for your 1 pointer?
I'll take 1970s for 1.
You got it. Your 1 pointer, the 1970s. Who stars as Navy soldier Bill Badusky in The Last Detail?
Jack Nicholson.
That is correct for 1 point. We'll stick with you. And what would you like to take for your 2 pointer?
Yeah, I'll take sci-fi fantasy, please.
Sci-fi fantasy, you got it. Your 2 pointer, sci-fi fantasy. What film is about a future where the rich live on a space station while the poor live on a polluted and overpopulated Earth?
Elysium.
That is correct for 2 points. And then we will still stick with you for your whatever you like taking your 3-pointer to potentially take the lead.
Directors, please.
You got it. 3-pointer and directors. Your question. Andrew Adamson has directed the first 2 films in 2 different children's movie franchises from the 2000s. Name one of the 2.
You said I have 2 repeats left, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3,
Repeat the question.
That's your second. Repeat your question once again. Andrew Adamson has directed the first 2 films in 2 different children's movie franchises from the 2000s. Name one of the 2. Five, 4, 3, 2.
I got nothing.
Okay, we're looking for the Chronicles of Narnia or Shrek.
Okay.
Okay, it means stick with you, and it means you have to take your 4-pointer in horror to extend the game, or James will win. And as said before, you do have 1 repeat. Your 4-pointer in horror. It is revealed that Damien is born from what type of animal in The Omen? Five, 4, 3,
Repeat.
2. All right, that's your final. Repeat your question once again. It is revealed that Damien is born from what type of animal in The Omen?
I don't know if this is it. So if it's not, good game, James. I'm gonna go with the satanic animal of a goat.
And your winner, James Puckett. The correct answer was a jackal. Jackal.
Right.
That
Got it.
take away James and guys. Dylan, you kind of hung in there around number 1. You got a category that I'm sure you were hoping to get. It just you just kind of left it open. I think a little bit more for James, and just kind of get into the questions and really go your way this game. But overall, how do you feel about this match?
Not very good. First, I want to apologize for having just a terrible attitude this match. I realized I'm a very competitive guy, and I realized that going through the match, I'm like, wow, I've been kind of being an asshole this whole time and being kind of whiny and annoying. So for that, I apologize. Yeah, this one hurts because it's not even that luck wasn't on my side. It was just, I don't know.
I mean, you got some tough questions tonight. I mean, I do think there is an amount of luck in what happened. Some of the questions were hard. I mean, you got some older directors. The director's question in round 3 was also tough. I don't think people know the director for Shrek, despite it being a pretty big movie. So, I think the things that you missed were very understandable misses.
I should have got Narnia though, because Tilda Swinton's in those movies. So,
well, we'll come back stronger from this match. James played a great game. Credit to him. Dylan will obviously be back, and it just wasn't his night tonight.
Well, I mean, you're 7-7. You're at 500. There's plenty of people who are not at 500 or above, present company included. So we're definitely gonna have you back at some point. I guess what are you looking to play? What are you looking to do? And going into rest of the season?
I don't know.
You got it. All right. Well, say goodbye to you for right now, Dylan Scott, and bring in our winner today, Mr. James Puckett. James, had the lead going. Into round number 1, and I believe you got another category. I feel like you were good in, and you're able to kind of navigate that pretty well, and kind of making the margin for error on Dylan's side very low. And I think that helped you. I didn't have to answer a question in round number 3, but overall, how do you think you did today?
I think I played pretty well. I usually don't think I played pretty well. I actually think I played pretty well, especially with the challenge. It was a good challenge because the next question that we used, I got it right, and Dylan didn't get it right, so it takes it from a tie game to a 2-point advantage to me. So that was a big momentum builder right there. And to Dylan, I thought you weren't in any way sort of a poor sport today, man. I'm a bit competitive too, and I've had the losses, so it's all good, man. But today was just a fun match, so I had a great time.
Certainly, you'll definitely be involved in probably whatever picture we got going here in the middle of the year. Who are you looking to face at any of that point down the line?
Man, my manager Jake is somebody that ousted me out of last one standing, excuse me. So I'd like to play Mr. Meltzer.
Calling out the former champion. Let's see what we can do about that. All right. Say goodbye to you for now, James, and put a bow on this one. Yeah, just kind of the way it goes. Sometimes, sometimes kind of want to, kind of wish, probably able to at least get because whenever you get questions, think categories that you feel confident in, and just kind of just going to go your way, and then you can get kind of frustrating. Understand Dylan, at least on that end, but James looking very good going into this upcoming season. And he definitely appears like he was ready to jump back on the saddle here, and be excited to see what he does next, as well as Dylan. But with that, let's go ahead and say goodbye to you for now. This end this episode of Movie Melee. Thank you, Dylan Vanthuyne, as well as James Puckett, our competitors, as well as our manager here today, Scott Harvey, as well as everybody here in Multiplex, making sure that we can still do this show and keep the train running. And I showed up, and just everybody, just please, for the love of God, be well.
Goodbye. Later.
After you, Junior.
You'll always have Paris.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a fair.
Bye.